Welcome to the Safari Yangu Podcast, where we tell our stories authentically, experiences that shaped us and experiences that continue to shape us. I'm your host, Miss Kimaru, and on today's episode, I'm joined by a very beautiful guest, a founder.
That's me, guys. Musinyone hivi kwa streets. I love your introductions are the best. Thank you so much.
Yes, she's a big brand, by the way, by herself. And I have known her for the longest. I have seen her transition from one brand to the other, take a lot of risks, and to where she is right now. From now taking a risk of running a podcast, the Rearview Podcast,
Yes.
and also a brand that is called Elfie's Joyful Finds. Yes, that runs. They sell gifts, baby gifts. Yes.
0 to 1.
Exactly. Yeah, so she's done amazing things. And for me, when I see women doing business and taking risks, I'm usually very inspired because I feel like a lot of times we hold ourselves back.
Yeah.
As you said in another podcast episode, we have that spark, but we don't unleash our full potential.
We never do.
Yeah.
We're always thinking, oh, am I the one who should be this big? Maybe someone else should take that. Yeah.
And for you, you have the audacity.
Let me laugh audaciously.
Oh my God.
I do try. Like I said, I was very nervous when you asked me to come on and talk about this. Because I feel, again, that's the same thing. I'm downplaying it because I don't feel like I'm good enough or I'm experienced enough to have this. But yeah, let me just share what I know. I try to be audacious. I try to have audacity. It's not easy. Yeah. But I learned somewhere that everything in life is performative. Once you learn that everything is a performance, you perform. You get on the stage and you do it.
Oh, wow. The world is your Easter.
It is, girl. Imagine that. Just believe. Have, like I said again, the audacity of an average white man.
Wow.
You too.
And now, before we actually talk about those two brands you're running right now, you've had quite a journey. There was a time you were running Motherland, Ankara. You've done so many businesses. Could you probably take us through how that journey looked like to now where you are right now?
I have hustled. When I think about it, like girls, I've never had a 9 to 5. So, you have to make ends meet one or another. And I think one thing about business is learning when something is not working. You quickly just gather yourself, move to the next one. So I'm going to start with a story I don't think I've shared anywhere before. Elena, what are you doing to me? You're making me open up my sick place. I started working when I was around 17 years old. And the job at that time was going door to door. I think you've had this people selling toothpaste you've never heard about. They are selling vijiko mbili plus pan mbili plus nini 50. And that was my first into the job market. It was right after Form 4. I hadn't even turned 18. 17 years old.
Oh, wow.
Imagine, I was very, I was like, so tired. Walking with the bag, going home to, I think I would cover 10, 15 kilometers in a day because you're actually going door to door. And what that taught me was resilience because, trust me, I worked there for 2 days. Like now. Because I'm like, maybe Nilenda National High School, this kind of, I know, like, poverty is the enemy. Because poverty, when you do things you really wouldn't do. I was doing that to just put food on the table for my family. But I was like, you know what? If my brain could take me to a national high school, I can figure out how to make money in a quicker, faster manner. So what happened that day, after going door to door to door, I was assigned someone to walk me through. The first day they assigned you someone. We walked for miles and miles. I didn't even have money for maji. Akanibaya kuna chafua. Sina chafua?
Yeah.
If you don't know, my big people chafua is when they cut chapati for you and put the soup. Very embarrassing meal to have. The soup for you, akanibaya chapati ya 10 bob na maziwa ya 5. I mean, maji ya 5 bob. So hiyo niko na deni ya 15 bob. Niko na deni ya 15 shillings tukiendelea na hii kitu. We get back there, I had sold I think 3 toothpastes the whole day. And Kisumu heat is no joke. This was in Kisumu. Kisumu heat is no joke. I have never felt so undignified in my life. And I've undergone so many things. But some things just take away your dignity. I reached there. This guy is like, okay, sasa madam, za leo ni 60 bob. I had sold 3 3 toothpaste. So commission ni 20.
Oh no.
Nikapewa 20 bobs tatu.
I don't know. Then you're 15.
Niko na deni ya 15 bob. So I went home with 45 shillings. I think if you know Kisumu, there's this uko Mambole uko juu, which was around that area.
Oh wow.
Walking down all the way to Gesoko. Guys, I cried. And I was like, this can never be me again. I don't think I will do anything. Okay, not anything in me.
Yeah.
But I will do something to get out of this. So that's where my journey began. I know most people don't know that. And I moved from that to this. I think NTSA was counting cars. At some point, we want to go barabara with the writing maps. I did that job. Almost get tripped. But you know what happened? Yes, we were what's the word? When we were kajaked. For around 5 hours, I had a gun to my hip. Oh, but not to go. Hey, kwani nimepitia nini kwa hii maisha, guys? I had a gun to my hip. Yeah, that's now I was 18, but this was like 2 weeks after this. I entered looked for a nice job. The engineer took me as his assistant because I'm very smart. I know counting any numbers. I'm a very smart person. So at the middle of the night, when I drove, we are carrying cash money to go dispense through everyone. We were carjacked. I had a gun to my hip. For about 4 or 5 hours. They undressed me, they almost raped me. They didn't. I don't know. I think heaven happened at that point. And you know what happened the next morning? Nilishower na nikarudi job. So kama kuna kitu about resilience, is this girl. So that is just before even kina motherlands came, before all these fancy things came. Wow. Yes. Sorry. I feel like I'm yapped a lot. Sorry.
No, actually, it's okay. Wow. Hey.
Yeah, wada namba ya pesa ni 071 tume kitu. Tumeni tuka kitu ya kujipanguza roho. Aki mkiona wasichana. Okay, that was a tough time. And you know it's even worse for someone who's 17, 18, having the responsibility to take care of a family. It's one of those things I wish to never it ends with me.
You want to break the cycle? Yeah. Oh wow. We could literally talk about that ending the cycle, but maybe we can save that for another episode. Right? Yeah.
It will just become the Elena and Anita show.
Sorry. Totally agree. Yeah. Yes, please. Let's talk about that. Yeah. So, you've reminded me also, I don't want to insert myself into your story, but you've reminded me like when I was in uni, like the very first, I think it was either first year or year 2, when I used to walk around the school selling beadwork.
But to support.
But you guys, thank you so much. By the way, you are. Yeah, I do beadwork on the side, and also mostly like teach people how to do it. Yeah, but whatever you said, hey man, it takes a lot of resilience, especially as a young person, to put yourself right into it. Yeah. And then you're taking that risk, and you're like, wacha nijaribu tu. Kama ni school really.
I mean, sasa utaji.
Yeah, but also, for your experience, you've talked about resilience. That resilience is something you might never have learned in a classroom.
No. Yeah. It's never taught. It's either you can emulate someone. I think you can learn, but it's not something I can come and teach you about resilience. Yes, you either observe and take it by yourself, or you just have it.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And then after that, at some point, you had Motherland. The reason I'm interested in Motherland is because you are doing such an amazing job.
I was, and yeah, it's such a. It's still very live. Motherland Sakara Palette on Instagram. My sister now runs it. I couldn't run with it because I think life happens. Life, that's another whole thing about business. You can be doing very, very good, and life happens, and you just can't handle it anymore. So for me, life happened. My mom, actually, the word motherland comes from me doing it with my mom. My mom would help me get foodies. We would go to Uganda, source for materials. Oh, wow. So when my mom couldn't do it, got sick and all that, it really affected me, and I think I just had to let go. And also becoming a mom myself. Kuna hiyo 1 year yenye hata hujui unafanya nini. So it destabilized me. Then I don't know, I lost my touch with it, I guess. But support my sister. She's doing a fantastic job. Please look at our page, Motherlands_Ankara_ map palette. Yes. Clothing that puts you on the map.
Yes. Interesting. And so you've run a bit of other businesses. I think behind the scenes you were telling us even about a spa and something like that, an Impala. What has been like your biggest risk when you think business, and the one that made you learn the biggest lesson?
I think my biggest risk in business would be investing my own money. That's always a risk. Because when you look at, like, I had a whole nail parlor. Nikikumbuka. Star Mall A10. Baka that mall gives me PTSD. I can't go into it because I just remember what happened. It's just putting, like, your hope. Hope. Like, I'm putting 200,000, 500,000 in something. You're like, you have hope that it's going to work out. So I think that's the biggest. Your hope here. You are not sure if people will come, but you have that hope. That's the biggest risk. My biggest lesson would be a business can only be as good as the founder. Period. You cannot expect other people to carry your dream. And this is something I'm also learning in my podcast. Because I think at some point, life happens, you try to delegate, which is a good thing. As a business founder, founder is a nice thing. I feel like adding that to my bio.
Yeah, you should.
I should actually. Because again, playing small.
Please.
As a business founder, you delegate. Then at some point, when I feel like, you relax a little, you let someone carry. Then when they're carrying that dream, they don't carry your dream with the passion, like as you would have. So sometimes this is a lesson I've learned, I think, quite recently, because now I'm no longer jumping hoops. What I'm doing has to work, or has to. It has to work.
Yeah.
So the business can only be as good as the founder. Yeah.
And that's actually true. There's another clip I was watching the other day. Somebody said almost the same exact thing. That you, as a founder, if you stop growing, the business also stops.
Yeah.
It's like that's the end of it. So, but if you grow and you keep becoming better, it radiates even in your business.
Yeah. And even your staff.
Oh
wow. It's a tough one.
And that part of risk taking, I feel like when people think about money, especially in a Kenyan context, and putting money into a business, sometimes also people think that, I want to start a business, but I think I will wait until the day I get $1 million.
Oh, honeyboo. I'm so sad for you. Oh, that's a nice rhyme. I'm so sad for you. You have to just jump. You have to jump into the deep end. It's either you're doing it or you're not doing it. Like, I don't know how to. It's like, I don't know a correct answer to that. But this is a calling for you. You see, when you're starting a business, especially if you're alone, not doing it with someone, it has to. Uliamka, ukaka, ukaona, today I can sell mangoes from Tutui, and I can take those mangoes to Kisumu and sell them. It has to come from you. So it's just by thinking of a business, it's a risk already. Just not going and applying for a 9 to 5 or quitting it's a risk. So something must give. You have to put in the effort. I'm like, hey, Anita, I should sit down and listen to this podcast afterwards. You have to put in the effort for that to work.
Interesting. And when it comes to men, a lot of times it's like, I don't know whether it's an innate kind of thing with them. When it comes to risk taking, it's like they just
they crave it, actually.
It's like even I remember when we got our first jobs as women, before you get to buy even your first car, ama alibuy kitambo
na shaendesha kwa tatu bado hapo. What will people think of me? What will people think of you? Will take it to the grave, and it doesn't. And by the half the time, people don't actually think about you and what you're doing. People really don't care. There's a phenomenon. It's called the spotlight effect, where you think the world not revolves. You think people are observing you. You think, what am like? People really don't care. They really don't. People are going through their one. But now to answer your question about men, I do believe men have an innate drive to be risky. That's why they go for risky sports. They buy risky cars. Risk everywhere. And as we are more of nurturing, so we tend to care for what we have. And that is a defining factor. But I don't think that should put us in a box whereby we can't go for risk. We can be nurturing. Let us nurture our businesses. Let us nurture our dreams as well, not just our homes and friendships. So use your weakness to become your strength.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I agree with you.
I know. I'm very wise. I'm very wise.
A lot about these businesses. This is a question that was not among the other questions, but have you ever invested with a man? And how did that turn out?
With a man? With a man? No. No, honestly, I don't think. No, I've not invested in a man.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I have invested in a man's business, just as a silent partner, maybe, but not like we are doing. You and invest the money, you go do the business.
Because I can't do your thing.
Because men will. when I built, and I feel like as women, we usually think 10 steps ahead. No offense. Okay. If you're thinking of if the shoe fits, what the heck?
Yeah.
We tend to think 10 steps ahead. Like if you're starting a business, you think, okay, I will need this. For men, they think in squares. So I have to do admin work. Now I have to hire. Fine. Now I have to find a space. So we'll take 30 working days to start a business. I mean, for me, it's hard because I find it difficult to wait for you to tuende. We kama unaenda enda tu, kama nitakufund uende. Yes. So I have invested in businesses by men. Kai hadi nimefanya Shiloh. Mungu bab.
Wewe chota watu TV yao.
It is what it is.
Hey, what have you done?
I know. Worked 9 to 5 clearly.
Oh, 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And that's quite interesting. You never done 9 to 5 by the way?
I've never. Actually, I think my only experience with a 9 to 5 would be my internship after campus. No, it was right after campus. And I went there for those, it was about 3 months, right? And I couldn't, I think I'm a morning person. I'm so much a morning person. But I couldn't deal with the traffic in the morning. And I couldn't deal with someone acting like you're not a human being. You know how they talk? I was like,
condescending tone.
Okay. No, stop kuandikia hiyo letter. What was that letter we used to get after that?
Ilikuwa attachment.
It's not internship, sorry, attachment. Because that's internship.
The recommendation thing.
So they're like, I want to wait for you. I never went back. And I think I am a boss babe, if I do say so myself. So I like running the show. I don't like the show running me. So it's just, that's one of my characteristics. And I'm okay with that. Sidela Nanja, so to push.
Actually, that's very inspiring. Wow. Like from the word go, because a lot of times here with the current Kenyan system, it has always been like summer and a uni, nini, and then get a job.
Yes.
So a lot of times it's like people don't think outside the box, or we are kind of confined in a way to not think outside the box. So to get to a place you are taking risk and employ watu.
Muniombe, mambo yaendelee kuwa sambamba.
So what does it take to run a business in Kenya? And how easy is it, by the way, or hard?
Let me talk about my field business.
Yes, please. That one especially.
It was called Afro Neighbor. A friend. Hiyo yenye ilikuwa Stamon. I think you don't. By the way, ukipata mtu ako na biashara at this Nairobi, just hug them first and support them. Just buy the thing. You might think, hii pesa nampe. Imagine hata hiyo pesa itamfikia. Kabla alipe the employees, the tax, the rewards. It's crazy. For me, I think one of the biggest shockers when I was doing that business was something called, what's the name of this? When you go somewhere, you have to pay them before you use a space. There's a term.
Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Hi, that thing is bad.
Karibu nikufe kwa hizi street. Aka room is this small. This small. Goodwill 500,000. I'm like, okay. So I'm waking up, giving you 500K before I even start the business.
That's refundable.
No, it's not refundable. And remember, half of these places in town, they are most near Wahindi or Pakistani, not black like me and you, we can elewa each other. That was hard. So at least finally, I think I don't remember paying Goodwill there. It's not about them, it's about my business. I don't remember paying, so at least that was good. But now the rent is high. Unalipa maji, it's high. The employees can make or break your business.
True.
Employee alikuwa kila siku ananipigia, Anita, niko huko nimeshikwa Anita's Burundian, because they are very good in nails. I don't know, they're just talented in that area. Dada yangu nimeshikwa. So every day mimi kutuma pesa. So you realize there's a problem when at the end of every month you're the one taking money from your pocket to balance that.
No.
So and there's someone who said if the business is not making you money, that's a hobby.
I agree.
Accept it as it is and move on. Wow. So I just remember the day when I started business, it was some months before COVID. So now when COVID
came, I see the challenge.
I cried in town. I think kuna Eastmart opposite Tamo. I was on those stairs. My sister Kathy held. When I just realized this business is not going to work.
Oh no. Nakumbuka your sweat, your money, effort.
It's
yeah. I hear you.
It's like a heartbreak,
That's true.
So that was hard.
And I think actually for any business person, when you're starting a business, as we talked about hope, there's that idea of, I'll just start this, one day it's going to pay its own rent, it's going to be a big shop, I'll open a second branch, third, nini. So like to see all that effort go to the drain, and I mean, you like even finance it yourself, you feel the pain, you're like, God, to save extra,
ningechukua holiday, niende huko Bali, Thailand, niende nione hizo elephants kabla zikufe.
Okay, you no, honestly, it's very heartbreaking.
But we learn because once like something fails, when you start something else, I know like now with Elfie's, I don't have recurrent costs of rents, so I built like a small office in my home. So at least I know, number one, I'm not paying rent every month. Number two, if I need a breather, a month or two to nini, I can pause. Once I'm ready, I get back. So if we learn, si ile tu nataka biashara, nini peleka shida, utakufa wewe bure, utakufa. Yeah.
No, actually, it's good that you've transitioned us to Elfie's. You can probably tell us a little bit about what you guys do at Elfie's. And just first process that.
Yeah, I love Elfie's. That's my baby. We are nice to give up. I'm not giving up on that business. I love it so much. It's such a passion project for me. So Elfie's comes from my mom's name, Elfira. So now Elfie's, someone called her Elfie Zensley. I've never had someone call my mom Elfie before. So that's where Elfie's Joyful Finds came from. Being a mom comes with so much hurdles, and sometimes you just want a breather. You just want, something that just makes your day. So that's the whole point of it. Especially when you're a new mom, it's a confusing space to be. So, like, imagine umezaa, then someone comes there, very cute, toy, nini, appreciating your child. And I can assure you, as a mom, sometimes I appreciate my child being gifted more than me being gifted. Although we are working on mom sets as well.
Oh, nice.
But the whole thing is just to create that joyful moment when in that chaos of just being a new mom. Baby shower, we are doing baby shower packages. I did a piece which was a centerpiece at our baby shower that was so fulfilling. This is one of those things ni kama nini no si volunteer because I'm making money. It's more of, it's really passionate for me because I realized this when I was a new mom, and then I'm a very extra mom, clearly. I'm an extra mom. So every month we would have milestone. Then looking for milestone cards was so hard, which is one of the things I sell at Elfie's, because every month I wanted, month 1, we have a thing. Month 2, we have a thing. It's her birthday, I want this. It's her. So that period of just 0 to 1, from baby showers to that first visit to the hospital, to even following them at home to their first birthday. You need something outstanding, come to me. I'll make it happen. I'll make your gift unforgettable.
And that's a really cool concept, because I think around this time, like a lot of people are actually doing baby showers.
Yes.
As you said, there's ways of appreciating a baby, mom. So it's quite a good niche.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Support msanii. Mnasikia vitu nimepitia huko nyuma. Sasa hata nyinyi mnataka nirudi Kisumu kukula chafua. At least recover. Ndio nitoke. Wait, imagine the journey from Kisumu to Nairobi. Alafu hata nataka kunirudisha huko Gishai. You guys, please support my business. Bye. And this February we have 15% offer off every package, because we just turned 1.
Oh wow.
Just turned 1.
Amazing.
So
Congratulations. Okay, that's so nice. I know you talked about, I think the best thing as an entrepreneur is learning a lesson and taking it forward.
Yes.
You talked about that you had a shop, and then you realized, like, saizi, you don't have to run with a shop. You can do this from home. So you create your own personal space and do the business. So with Elfie's, that's what you're doing, right?
Yes. It's an online store.
But now it's an online store. Yes. Now that's the point now.
What's wrong? Okay.
Yeah. So how has your experience been running something just online, especially in the concept of Kenya?
Okay. First, I would say it's I find it more tasking because people don't respect your times. Mtu anadhani cause ni online ni 24 hours. And then I've realized in this space, if you don't respond in like 5 minutes, they've moved on to the next person. So that is hard, which means I need an SMM, which is a position I'm working towards. I need an SMM fully. And again, with delegating, someone really doesn't get the passion of your business, which is also another thing. So you have to keep on checking. 2 a.m. unaamka kwenda lu, you have to refresh finally, which is something I had an episode on my podcast with someone called I forgot the name. Oh God, she's gonna kill me. But she was talking about how to do business as a woman and how to like create boundaries in business. So she taught me something about just put your work hours hapo. Sema ni hapo. From past this time we're not doing, and this is the time I'm available. Some people respect it, but in the Kenyan space, that's what you see, right? See, people really don't. But hata mimi ni customer. Hata mimi usiponijibu, you're like, it's okay. Someone else. So that is one thing. It's really hard, and you can't be constantly online constantly. Sasa kuna simu mbili, sometimes umesahau kama saya forgotten your phone at home. You try to call back, someone is like, oh sorry, I already went with something else. It's heartbreaking. Then the problem with Kenyans, when they see one thing, they start copying it. So trying to be unique is also really hard for me right now. Trying to bring things that no one has is also hard, and also financially difficult. But I am still working on this one. I'm learning my ropes. I told myself I'm taking 3 years to just learn the business. So sai bado tuko hata tuko maybe, but bado I'm learning to swim better. After 3 years now, I'm sure everything will be set.
Nice. And now that you actually do mostly your business on social media, what has been like your biggest lesson, and did you have to learn like specific tools to be able to make it easier for you?
Okay, my biggest lesson would be payment on delivery, which is something I believe, because it's a lax brand. Okay, by the way, if you're coming to support me, please just remember my packages start from 5K. That is my brand. It's a lax brand. Okay, nice. So I can't. That's the other thing. Mtu anaona kitu ni like hadi naandika packages from 5,000, 10,000. I mean all the way. Naweza pata ya 2K. Sasa baba Julius tena. Na mama Julius na Julius mwenyewe na Juliana dada yake. Sasa have you ever gone like just take a walk through the aisle, baby things. 2K utapata nini? Oh, by the way, actually, they are very expensive
about it in that concept.
Children are very expensive. So please, kama mtu another 5K, ni sawa tujikusanye. Kama mtoto bado 0 to 1 is a long time. Unaweza save. Ukuje buy package ya 5. Like, and at the beginning of the business, I would compromise because I staki biashara iende. So I'm like, let me just make a sale. But at the end of the day, there's this another thing about business. But if you choose one problematic customer, they tend to attract 10 more problematic ones. I don't know if you guys
like you've opened the
doorway for them. So with that, you have to understand what is my market. Who are the people I want to sell for? Because me, I'm okay not selling a whole week. But when I get my customer, I know package 10, 15K. I'm good.
Makes sense.
I'm good. Yeah. Because 5 of our 2-5.
Utako mbona siku mrefu?
Madam, mbona sioni rider? Madam, sijaona. Madam, kwanza madam, nani niambia si madam? So it's a tough thing. So you have to learn your clientele, number one. And that is the thing. For my 1 year in business in that, is learning that I'm a lax brand. I don't have to dilute my brand just to fit in the business. I know it will take me a while to get there. No, that's why I'll say I'm taking 3 years to just get a feel of the business, because either way, whether I do it or not, 3 years ago, so I'm just getting a feel. Then once, now I will relaunch after 3 years of a super lax brand. So say mnaweza afford. After miaka 3, mulis.
So you talked about the issue of payment on delivery. Have you ever encountered an issue like umefikisha rider, somebody says,
Okay, so luckily for me so far right now, it's a lax brand. And I think for some niche of people, when you're talking lax, you're talking ease. So they will pay on time. And I don't think right now, for the one in business, I've had a problem with payment or delivery. Because most of them actually just pay. When someone is buying to your 10K, they don't have that time. Unaona when you talk office, they just have 5 minutes. I like this. I've paid, payments, kila kitu, kazi yangu ni to deliver. So luckily for me, I've not had that issue. Although I know it's an issue.
Yeah,
I know
what you mean.
It's a touchy-feely.
Yeah, I saw somebody who runs a business. They say that the biggest lesson they learned, that they have had to learn the hard way, is that idea of payment on delivery, because somebody, you send a rider, they used to pay, they want to change a product or something like that. So it's quite a journey for them.
Yeah.
And what are those mistakes you made early on, now that you run your business on socials, that now you have probably made an adjustment?
I think, like I mentioned before, it would be my boundaries when it comes to time. Just because a business is online doesn't mean I'm 24 hours. The business is just a part of me. I'm a podcaster. I am a mom. I'm a wife. I'm a sister. Like, I have other things running.
Yeah.
So just because the business is 24 hours, I mean, it's online doesn't mean it's 24 hours. So learning how to put that line, ikifika 5 p.m., tunafunga Elfies, tunafanya other things. That is a lesson I had to learn. When you have people, especially if the business is new, people are very excited about it, texting you at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Yeah.
Wow, and they expect you to deliver.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Kwanza 2 a.m. na nataka delivery 7 a.m. Ulisikia wapi?
Oh, no. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I know that you have been running a business like for the longest time. How have you managed your finances? Like, maybe you're able to separate business money,
okay.
personal money?
That is hard. That's a lesson you have to learn once, twice, thrice, four. A lot of times before you get it. But I think for me now, what happened, especially Elfie's, now I got a till number at the very start.
Oh, nice.
So pesa iko hapo kwa till. Hautumi pesa kwa my personal number. Nice. So at least when it's there, I know when I need to restock, naenda natoa hapo. Hivyo. So I'm still learning the ropes of it. I'm not very good because I've messed up my money. Yeah. Because you don't know. But I would advise get some tools. I don't know any. I wouldn't tell you right now. I don't know. But hata kama ni kuweka ya pesa mshwari, that's a lie. That's a lie. We know. We follow it after the 5 minutes. No. So if you have a business, a till number would be really great. Because also the process before you get the number, it's easy, yes, it's on your phone. But you have to ask yourself, do I really need this money right now? Yeah. And it feels secure in some. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yeah. So that's, for me, that is what is helping me right now. When I grow, after 3 years, sasa nikishafungua bank account na kila kitu. You see?
Oh, and you can use something like an Excel sheet to track expenses and stuff like that.
Yes, of course.
Oh, interesting. There's a person I was talking to a while back. They are actually a writer. They were telling me that also the biggest mistake they ever did with their business was not separating. You can see the way you've gotten like a till.
Yes.
That's a really brilliant idea. Because if you
helps,
don't separate the cash, one day you wake up, you're like, okay, I have a sales that 200,000. Pesa iko wapi?
Ujui?
Yeah.
Ujui kwa sababu unaona M-Pesa ukadhani pesa ni yako. But the money business is not your money. And there's another thing people always confuse, profit. Pesa umelipwa si profit.
Ni sales.
Mama Julius.
Mama Julius amana maneno.
Pesa unalipwa si profit. Before you get, like mtu amekulipa, think about the rent, think about uliweka adverts, ulilipa SMM, ulinunua stock. Utajipata uko negative vibaya sana. Don't use that money, put it back in the business quick, fast.
True.
We confuse profit with like a sale. A profit, a sale does not equal to profit.
Yeah, because you have to remove all the expenses.
You have to. And it takes a while before the business actually breaks even. Then now you start making profit. And even then, you still have to think about buying more stock, reinvesting in the business before you start eating the money like that.
Eat your money. Not at this point.
We are building, that's what I'm saying. Actually, this is also another conversation, building legacies as African households. Because it Elfie's, for me, this is a business. I've said I'm taking the first 3 years to just learn the market. Yeah. I'm going to take another 5 to learn more. Evo. This is something I want to pass on to my daughter. Your daughter. Oh. Because it's the legacy. Great. I want, you think baby, think Elfie's. I want to get, ukifikiria nini unafikiria Safaricom. I want to get there. And I know it will take a while. So biashara si 1 year. Who run biashara 5 years and be failed. We have to learn to be patient and build a legacy, especially for African businesses. Wow. We have to be patient enough to not eat the money and put it back and build that business.
Actually, yeah. And that's very true. And also, as you're also doing that, also to maybe as your daughter grows up, you teach her to actually be part of that business.
Yeah. You know, I was, again, case study, over the holidays, if you're following me, I was doing a lot of things with my dad-in-law. We were going to hardwares. I realized in Amwindi hardware, there's always a kamtoto. from there's always a teenager, the son. Like let us be open enough with our businesses to bring our kids into the businesses. Mtu kama anafanya what is a typical African business? Kushona nguo. You have to teach your daughter. Akitoka high school over the holiday, come. Let me show you how to thread. Start with threading. Start with doing something, how to cutter. That is how you build. You don't just expect mtu amefika 30, then you tell them, oh, now I'm handing over the business to you. It will fail. They don't know the structure, the heart of the business. So you have to learn to teach them from their young. Right now, when I'm in my office, luckily for me at home, my child is down there. Anacheza na mwambia, hiyo ni ya biashara, ini yako. So she knows this is for the business. Mommy, I actually explain, my baby is 2.5, but she understands the concept of money. Again, as Africans, why do we hide money from our kids?
By the way.
So my baby understands. Hii ni ya biashara. I tell her, mommy has to sell this so that I buy you a lolly. So she's like, okay, mommy, actually akienda siku mbili tatu sijaingia kwa ofisi. Mommy, you're not going to the office. How am I going to get a lolly if you don't go to the office? So we get there, I teach her a few things. She observes. And that's how we learn. I don't expect her to be a teenager and tell me, mommy, I don't want to be part of the business. Because she already is part of the business.
Wow, that's interesting. Now I understand you are building a legacy for her. It's like she's also part of it, yeah.
Nimekwambia it ends with me. Sijui kujua. Me actually, like I said, if I had a rough start, that doesn't mean my child will have a rough start. Hell to the no.
Wow. You have a very big online presence, especially kwa Instagram.
Aki sasa mkisema ni kuna big. Wada usupport msanii.
Na watu wafuate msanii.
Support msanii.
Yeah. So how has showing up online consistently and publicly changed your perception and also confidence as a woman in business?
Okay. I just realized again recently, I started being serious in my podcast around August. I've done it for 3 years, but around August is when I started being serious. I've realized people have to love you.
You have to be
Which is
personal.
a hard thing because I'm, like I said before, I'm a very quiet. Okay, I know I sound loud, but I'm a very reserved person. I'm a very, like, my circle, ni hawa tutano, I don't want to add. But I've realized if you're selling a product, people buy from people. People buy from people. You have to show your face. Although Elfie is a faceless account, I'm working on showing my face to show, this is how the product is made, this stuff. People have to relate to They have to feel like, I'm with Anita with this. Anita is going to shoot a podcast. Anita showed us her day. So they like it. Then I show them, my office for today is this one. They're like, wow. So she actually, and people have to like, which is a new concept, especially for us millennials.
Yeah, true.
Tukua tumezoea, tuna post Facebook unaenda. You can't.
You don't even care.
You can't afford that right now.
Yeah.
So like I'm building my platform one by one. I'm now starting Instagram, then I'll move to Facebook, LinkedIn, Evo, pole. But people have to see your face and they have to like your personality a little bit to buy from you.
Nice. Okay. And what's your biggest lesson running all these businesses?
My biggest lesson? Girl, I can do anything. I can literally put me on Mars. I will still send those stores to Kenya. I can do anything. If I've gone through all that, what can you tell me? What can you possibly tell me to put me down? What could you possibly? I will cry. I won't lie. I will cry.
But
I will get it done. One way or another, I'm gonna get shot. Okay, siake watakwekea nini? Copyright. But yeah, one way or another, I will get it done. Yes. Hiyo nasemanga, I will sell you sand in the desert. Hiyo I can do it.
Hello.
If needed. Yes.
This is quite interesting. Honestly, I like that. Because, I don't know, I've interacted with so many women. You ask people, why are you not doing this? You're so gifted. You can do this. And I think it's usually like some self-limiting behaviors and mindset. And it kind of keeps holding women back. But for you, it's like, nini nyingine tunaweza jaribu?
Nini tunaweza fanya?
Ati soko ni nini hakuna?
Nini tutafanya? Hata hiyo matope tushaifanya matope. Unajua sijaambia biashara zangu zote. Matope unaenda na mix na ile nini ya makaa. Unaziuza. There's a name we used to sell those things. So kama naweza kuuzia matope,
nini ya bricks?
Yeah, not bricks. So unaona the normal makaa, mtashangaa nilikuwa ni.
It's okay.
So unaona when someone is makaa ilikuwa inaisha haraka. So we had to find a sustainable way to cook through an entire meal without adding makaa. So the makaa, the charcoal, we used to, the cascade was 20 bob. So ukifikiria uko na 50 bob for supper, you can't spend 50 on charcoal. So you go ask huyo mtu anauza makaa to give you those shavings. You go mix that with matope, dry it out, it will last. You light it, hiyo kitu aishi mpaka wewe mwenyewe uzime. Kumbe tunapata biashara nyingine hapa. Nimeambia I will do it. That's one thing I always say. And then the other thing about women is relying on men heavily for finances, which I agree. A man should provide. How? A man should provide. Na tutumie wanaume pesa. Shika masikio msema hatutumii mbona mnalia hatutumii wanaume pesa. 1,000% a man should provide. But as a woman you should have your own financial standing. As a woman you should learn, pali unaenda hata ukikanyaga mayai unaweza lipa. Ukikanyaga nyanya unaweza lipa. Where was I going with that? I always say mini, even if it comes kuchimba cho for our foreign people, if it means me not selling the clothes on my back. Translate, lost in translation. All I'm saying is I can't sleep hungry. That's 1,000%. If it means selling you air in bottles, I flavor it, I will. If it means doing, like as a woman, don't put yourself down. You have hands. And the best, when most people, actually the other question I always get is, how do you start the business when you don't have money? You have this. You see these things? This is labor. That's your, This is something you can use to make your first 5 shillings. As you've heard, I went walking to get my first 45 shillings. Actually, 45 baby. 45, what down? Yes. So for a woman with an idea, but afraid to start, what would you say to her about risk, timing, and trusting themselves? I mean, I would just use this quote: the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The other best time is now. If you don't do it, and then the problem is someone else gets the idea and runs with it, then you start thinking, oh, I didn't need the idea. Excuse me. Excuse you. If you didn't, we only reward doers and thinkers. Yes, think. Everyone thinks, but the world rewards the doers. There's another famous quote. There's another quote. It's not who. I'll rephrase it because I can't remember it very well. It's not the singer, the who is praised. It's always the dancer who is on the floor when the music is singing. The only way to do it is to do it. Your idea is the best idea, let me tell you. And no one can do your idea the way you do it. Even if, now, ukikosa motivation, go to the supermarket and see how many loaves of bread are there. And every day I'm seeing a new one. I don't know. Are you guys always saying? When I go to a country, nashanga. What bread is this? That sells bread only. And you see, and they still have a market. So if bread they can make new brands. What about your idea, which is so special that God has put in you? And just do God that favor. When He places that thing in your heart, it burns so lightly. Don't kill it. There's a reason why you have that vision. And like I said, the only way to do it is to do it. Wow. I couldn't have put it in way better than that. Wow. Thank you. Hey, who could need wisdom too? The wisdom mpaka mimi nashanga hapa ni blaze. Sorry guys. No, honestly, I actually didn't think I had that much to say about this topic because again I end up playing. But now thinking about it, I've realized I've actually done business. A lot of business, and I have failed, and I own my failures. Again, that's another thing. Own your failures. I say it to my full chest. The other shop in town, it failed. Why did it fail? XYZ. How do I do it better? By doing XYZ. So own your failures, but use that as a stepping stone to the next level. Wow. Kuna mtu alisema ukifail isiende kwa roho na ukisucceed isiende kwa head. I think it's a line. There's I think Kaka said. So just remember that. Failure actually is part of success. True. It is. Yeah. One way or another. Usidhani tutaanza kutuzia nguo na uende from 0 to 100. No. You have to get. And it reminds me, Marcella was here a while back. She is also from our school. She was talking about her business journey, and she said, for her, when a business fails, she sees it as a business that has failed, not herself. Yeah, separate yourself. Another thing business, about business, separate Hata si pesa peke, even ownership. Register the business.
Oh yeah, as an entity.
Everything it's an entity. Ikifail ni hiyo kitu imefail, si wewe.
Wow.
And always have contracts. Which is a whole other topic. You need to always have contact with the employees, with everyone, especially in this age of intellectual property. Learn what is yours and protect it fiercely.
I agree. Hey. Mambo ni mengi, masani machache.
Nitarudi sasa tena.
Ukiwa ready zaidi.
Niwaambie kwanza unafaa kuita after 3 years because of course you will still be here bigger and better.
Yes,
and we talk about where Elfie has reached, even the podcast, because I'm really hoping this is my year. I've said this is the year I'm taking a lot of speaking gigs. By next year I want to be someone paid to talk. So next hiyo miaka 3 nitakutumia net card.
Yes, please. What's your goal with your businesses right now?
With my business, like Elfie's, I want it to become, like I said, a household name. Think gifting, think Elfie's. But you see, before you get there, But before you get there, you have to have the systems in place. So I'm learning the system because I never took a business class in my life. I'm even thinking of taking an MBA from late this year to learn how to do business. Guesswork is now no longer working. I'm at the age where I have to find guesswork. We're not going straight to the point. So I have to build systems, organize the business in such a way that it can run. So that is my wish, is to build. You go to my website, you click, just your cart order, and it comes to you without you having to call Anita and ask Anita, napata kitu nini. That is my dream for Elfie's, to be able to supply not only in Kenya but every other continent in the world. That is my dream for Elfie's. Think baby, think Elfie's. That is my dream. Yes, for Elfie's. For Review, I want to grow it to become the, if not the biggest, or why not? Why am I saying not? To become the biggest women's wellness podcast in East Africa.
Yes, please.
And I also want to explore the UK market and also South Africa for my podcast. I want to be called to events everywhere to talk about women being happy and well and expressive in their spaces. So that is really exciting, to become a public speaker and to become a moderator in such spaces is my dream for this. And above, that is a selfish dream, is so that women everywhere, when you hear their view, you remember you're a gem. You remember that you're not defined by what you've gone through. Like I told you guys, I had 45. Kama sasa ningekuwa na mentality ya month 45 shillings, singeenda mbali. To just remember who you are before the world taught you otherwise. Remember that joy of mundane thing, like just drinking water. Mundane thing, mundane feminine thing. You know, when that giggly girl inside, I want also feminine joy to be synonymous to Review podcasts. Thank you very much. That's my dream. After miaka 3 mnipige mzanita.
Utafute msanii.
Yes, mnitumie link if I ever lose, because it's okay. We all have ups and downs.
That's true.
Mnikumbushe tu.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming to this podcast and sharing your safari.
Thank you for having me. I really didn't think I had much, but clearly we all have something to say.
We're not even dug deeper.
You know.
There's more.
You. Yes, of course.
Honestly, thank you so much for sharing your safari, especially with regards to, we are doing a series called Behind the Brand. Yes, so Behind the Brand is and Review.
Yeah.
I feel like highlighting women's journeys. Like there's a lot of women, amazing women out here like yourself, who are doing very good things, but we rarely get to those conversations or hear about their journey. So you coming here and sharing your journey is very inspiring.
Thank you.
I appreciate you, honestly.
Okay, I do appreciate also the platform. Like I said, this was my first time being hosted on a podcast, so I'm really happy to see this side of me, because I'm usually the one asking the questions, so I never really get like my POV out there. So I'm excited, and you're also welcome on the Review podcast.
Of course,
anytime.
I will be showing up. Thank you. Yes, to our viewers and listeners, we appreciate you too.
And you have to finish in a hug.
Yes, it's been an amazing one. Until the next time, I'm your host, Miss Kimaru, and this is
Anita.
Bye.